Most Lusha tutorials on YouTube are seriously outdated. It is 2026, and if you're still following guides from 2 years ago, you're missing out on new updates that can help you find better leads in half the time. So in this video, I'll walk you through the new Lusha platform, how to go beyond basic list building to find high intent prospects, enrich them with verified contact information, and engage with them using their latest outreach features. We've got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. Alright, once you're logged into Lusha, this is the main dashboard. On the left sidebar, you're going to see everything Lusha offers. There's onboarding if you're new and you need help getting set up. Search is the prospecting database, where we'll be mainly focused on in this video. Engage is used for outbound email sequences. Conversations is more of a new feature where you can record and review your sales calls using AI. And finally, Enrich lets you upload a CSV and then fill in any incomplete contact or company data. Alright, let's jump into the search feature. This is where you can build your targeted lead list by using filters to narrow down your ideal customer profile. At the top, you're going to see two search options, either contacts or companies. And the filters are going to be the same for both. You're going to use contacts if you're looking for individual decision makers, and companies if you're targeting specific organizations. For this tutorial, we're just going to cover contact search to find those key decision makers. You can use the company name filter if you want to only search within specific organizations, for example, Google, Microsoft, Apple. And you can also filter for a company's headquarters location if you're targeting businesses based in a specific region. But we're going to start more broad using the industry filter. Let's say I'm selling a sales onboarding software to mid-sized SaaS companies in the US. I'll select my industries as business services and technology, information and media. Then you can type in any related keywords if you want to get even more specific. So for instance, SaaS, software as a service. For employee headcount, this is useful if you want to find the rough company size. So I'll set this to 51 to 200. The revenue filter lets you set a minimum or maximum revenue range. And this can be useful if you're looking to target companies doing at least $10 million a year, for example. And the funding filter helps you find companies that have recently raised capital, and you can even filter by funding date, amount, stage, and the type. Now, just keep in mind that the data for these two filters isn't always reliable, as it will only show you companies that have publicly disclosed their financial records. That said though, if you're targeting more of an established or publicly traded company, then you're more likely to get accurate data. But personally, I wouldn't rely on these two filters too much, and I'd only stick with employee headcount as a better estimate for the company's size. Next is the technology filter, which can only be applied if you're in the company search, not in contact search. But this is still helpful if you want to target companies based on their tech stack. So for example, if you're selling a CRM, you can filter for companies already using traditional CRMs like Salesforce or HubSpot, and then you can position your product against what they're currently working with. Year Founded lets you find companies that were established within a certain year or time period, and it's not really relevant unless you're going after more established businesses. Lastly, for intent, again, this is only available for company search, and this is where you can add specific topics and find companies that are actively researching solutions like yours. For example, we could add sales onboarding or even sales training, and we are going to find companies who are likely interested in some type of onboarding support. Now, after those company filters are set, we have filters for contacts. So start with contact details. This is where you could filter for individuals' phone numbers and email addresses based on your outbound strategy. And since we cold call and cold email, we're going to choose mobile numbers or work emails. Next, contact location. This helps you narrow down the specific region of where that prospect is based, say United States. And you can even filter by zip code if you want to target more local prospects. Job title is another important filter to find specific roles of those who have decision-making power. So you can click on bulk search job titles and just list the roles you wish to target. For example, VP of Sales, Head of Sales, Sales Director, or Chief of Sales. By this point, you've already got a solid list, but we can still tighten this up even further with a couple more filters. So Department lets you target relevant functions so that you're not barking up the wrong tree. And I'll set this to Sales. Seniority helps you filter for prospects who actually have the buying power. I typically go with C-suite, VPs, and directors. And lastly, job change is nice if you want to find prospects that have recently changed roles or companies. Now that we've applied all these filters, let's take a look at our results. If there's a specific prospect you're interested in, just click on Show Details next to their name. and their full details, including their contact information, will appear. And you can also select the whole list by clicking this checkbox at the top left and click Show Details to unlock all these profiles at once. Now you have 4 options: either save them to a list, export them to your CRM, add them directly to a sequence, or export them to a CSV file. Now I'm going to show you the first option, which is to save them to a list. All you have to do is click on this Add List button. Click on Create a New List, and in the pop-up, just name your list. Let's name it Key 1 Leads. Then hit Create and Save. Now, if you want to refer back to this list, you can find them on the left navigation menu under Lists. Now let's talk about the second option, which is to export them to your CRM. Lusha integrates with many modern CRMs, including Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, Zoho, Outreach, and Bullhorn. Once your CRM is connected, you can push your contacts straight there with this button right here. Next, I'll show you how to add your leads directly to a sequence within Lusha. Select your leads, then click on Sequence. Now, a menu will pop up for you to choose either an existing sequence, but if you don't have one set up yet, click Create a New Sequence. Name your sequence, then hit Create Sequence. Now, you'll be taken to the Engage dashboard, and you'll have to choose a sequence builder. If you don't have your own template, then you can use Lusha's AI assistant or built-in templates to get started. Select your purpose, tone of voice, and type in your target audience and any additional context. Click on Generate, and you're going to see a preview of the template on the right. And if you're not happy with the results, you can also regenerate it. But don't worry, you can just modify the template in the next step. So just click on the pencil icon for that email sequence, and then you can adjust it accordingly. After that, just click on Add Contacts at the bottom and just choose the lead list you just saved. Now set the schedule by choosing which times you want your sequence to run. After that's done, just click on Review and Activate, and you're all set. Okay, and the last option is to export your entire lead list to a CSV file. All you have to do is click on this little button right here. This is what the CSV file looks like, and you can upload this file to your own outreach tool like Clay, SmartLead, or Instantly if you don't want to use Lusha's built-in sequencer. Okay, the last thing I'll walk you through is how to use Lusha's Chrome extension. If you're doing any prospecting on LinkedIn, this can be a huge time saver. Just open up anyone's LinkedIn profile and click on the Lusha icon on the right side of your screen. It's going to pull up their professional background, and you can even choose to reveal their contact information. You can even do this on company pages. So if you just click on the Lusha extension again, and under all employees, you're going to see a full list of everyone working at that company. From here, you can search for specific roles, filter by departments, and save the contacts to a lead list. It's a pretty handy tool, especially if you use LinkedIn often for finding leads. And that's pretty much how you use Lusha for prospecting. But let's talk about pricing. Lusha offers a free plan to get started, which is great for testing the platform, but as you scale your outreach, you'll notice that the cost per credit is significantly higher than some other tools in the space. We ran the numbers, and you could be paying up to 82 cents to unlock a single contact. If you're doing high volume prospecting, that adds up quickly. That said, the bigger question isn't what you're paying, it's about what you're getting for that cost. And that brings me to data quality. Now, here's something I need to address, and I wouldn't be doing you any favors if I didn't bring this up. Lusha is known for LinkedIn prospecting. The Chrome extension is convenient, and the integration makes it easy to pull contact details quickly. But when it comes to the accuracy of the data, results can vary. In one of our recent campaigns, where we used 1,000 leads exported from Lusha, we saw a brutal bounce rate of 19%. That means close to 200 emails never reached the right inbox. Unfortunately, our campaign results aren't uncommon. We've seen many users report similar issues with Lusha: poor email accuracy, outdated contacts, and overall inconsistent data. In high volume outbound, it's like pouring salt on the wound. High bounce rates damage your domain reputation, and yet you're still paying for wasted credits on invalid emails. So if building a consistent, reliable pipeline is your priority, Lusha might not be the best fit. And that got me thinking, were our targeting and filters completely off? Or was the data quality really the issue, just like we suspected? So to test this, we ran nearly identical campaigns. Same targeting, same filters, same email copy, same sequence schedule, but this time using verified data from Prospeo. And here are the results. Out of 1,000 verified leads from Prospeo, we saw a 98% email accuracy rate with almost a 0% bounce rate, which when compared to Lusha's concerning 19% bounced emails, that is a clear night and day difference. Deliverability was smoother, response rates were higher, and we didn't have to waste time cleaning bad data. Prospeo was built with one goal, and that is to deliver the most accurate B2B prospecting data. Every contact is put through a triple-layer real-time verification process, which is why their verified emails rarely ever bounce, unlike other data providers. They also have a Chrome extension that works not only incredibly well on LinkedIn, but practically anywhere on the web, so you're not limited to just one platform, and you're still getting the highest quality data no matter where you're prospecting. The best part is you can get started for free at Prospeo.io and test the data quality yourself before you decide on which prospecting platform to invest in. There you have it. That's how you can use Lusha to find leads and automate your outreach. It's a solid tool, especially if you're doing a lot of LinkedIn prospecting and you need those quick lookups. But if you're looking for consistent and reliable prospecting data that will actually build a steady pipeline for your business, Prospeo would be the better solution. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out this video here where I reveal my best outreach strategies to explode your pipeline. I'll see you there.